Today I simply put into the world what that really I cannot ignore.
Yo, without glorifying weakness or assigning meaning, just
Firstly, I stopped listening to podcasts and looked into philosophy and urban legend and a lot. But I couldn't find anything. I quit listening to podcasts and researched philosophy and conspiracy type stuff, but nothing really came up. Since I told her to stand for a whole time, she even stood during lunch. During lunch, and she said, I said, stand for a day. So she stayed standing even at lunchtime. I suspected she might sit down at night. So I thought about going to check. I wondered if she'd uh, I wondered she'd secretly sit down at right, and I considered going to see. I thought about asking my mother to complain about the noisy already, but I decided not to. I was thinking of complaining about the noisy neighbor, but I didn't. She probably felt guilty about turning on the heater, so she didn't. But since I have a rule not to turn it on myself, I couldn't either. And I was hesitating. She seemed to feel bad about using the heater, so she didn't turn it on. I don't turn it on myself either because of my rule. So I couldn't, and I was clearly torn. I always end up asking about everything. Next, I always end up asking about everything that bothers me. Even just today, a lot of things. I ask a lot of things. Whenever something catch my attention, I ask about it. Even today, I ask a lot. I asked whether I had already told her to buy something if it was on sale at another supermarket. I asked if I had already mentioned buying thing when they are cheaper at stores. Since we stopped sending the letter to religion, I checked what the content of the letter had been. After we stopped sending the letter, I confirmed what the letter actually said. I can't use floor heating, but I told her not to turn the heater up too high at night. I'm not allowed to use the. She is not allowed to use the floor heaters. Yet she also. I also said not to raise the heater too much at night. I said to her like this. Next, I asked what I talk about with my mother this morning, and I asked what was discussed with my mom this morning, and next I asked what's I asked what we would do if the same kind of problem happened again. I asked how we'd handle it if the same issue came up again. And the tofu tastes different from usual. The tofu don't taste the same as it normally does. I asked a few questions about tofu. I ended up asking several things about the tofu. Next, as expected, I got angry this morning. But I started wondering if it was really necessary. I did get upset this morning, but I began thinking whether it was even needed. I said, you could wear a sweater. I told her it was okay to wear a sweater. Next, it's my characteristic. When I write letters, the clothes rubbing against my skin still feel terrible because of my sensory sensitivity. When I write letters, the feeling of clothes touching my skin is still awful due to my sensory issues. When I was in the religion, I had no freedom in how to live. Felt trapped, and even having a sense of justice felt uncool. Even having a sense of justice felt uncool. I left in the middle of preparing for the school festival, and couldn't even explain why. And I still remember it painfully. Back when I practiced the religion, my way of living felt restricted, like I was tied up. Even having a moral sense felt embarrassing. I slipped out during the school festival and couldn't give a reason, and the memory still hurt. Next, yesterday tofu was a special kind with a small amount, so it was a mistake. I thought about trying blue soybeans and hesitated, and I also wondered if I should stop buying discounted tofu. The tofu yesterday was a special type with little volume. So it felt like a failure. I considered trying blue soybeans and debated it. And I also wondered whether to quit buying cheap tofu. Next, when I think about times, when I was in the opposite position regarding someone's mistake, before criticizing someone's mistake, think about the possibility that I might be in the opposite position in the future. I always try not to show my any attitude. I can be the type who speak harshly or dominate. I wonder why they can't imagine themselves in reversed position. When I remember a situation where I was on the opposite side of someone's error, I make sure never to show it in my attitude. I can understand someone who speak harshly or dominate. I can understand who is blunt or pushy. I wonder why they can picture themselves in the reversed role. Next, I was listening to the radio, and she said the entrance exam score were high because the test was easier than usual. I couldn't believe she was saying something so obvious. I couldn't understand. On the radio, she said scores were high because the exam was easier this year. Almost people don't need that information at all. That kind of information is completely useless. Next, I wondered why she rejected sending the letter so strongly. Maybe she still believed in the religion. I questioned why she resists sending the letter that much. Maybe part of her still believes. She cares about appearance and neglects the family. She cares about appearances and neglects the family. She also wondered about reputation, that they ignore her own family. She cared too much and about appearance and neglect family. They are more concerned about the reputation than family. Next, in the AI era, it's more important to communicate using AI than to perfect English. In the age of AI, what matters isn't flawless English, but using AI to communicate. What matters isn't flawless English, but using AI to communicate. If that's true, I wonder what already are needed. If that's the case, I'm curious what skills will be necessary. Yesterday, Usually, I turned off the podcast and slept well. Strangely, yesterday I didn't listen to any podcast and slept soundly. And on a day like that, the neighbor was loud again like before. Neighbor used machine and end of all days. Neighbor was not noisy. Apparently, where people look on someone's face different. Some don't look at the eyes. Where people look on someone's face different. Some don't look at the eyes. It seems people focus on different parts of the face. Some don't look at the eye at all. It seems people focus on different parts of the face. Some don't look at the eye at all. That means if someone with the developmental issues try and look at the eyes, it might actually make recognition harder. That means if someone with developmental issues try and look at the eyes, it might actually make recognition harder. It might actually make recognition harder. That means if someone with developmental issues try and look at eyes, it might actually make recognition harder. Trying to act normal is pointless. Forcing yourself to behave normally is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Next, many people get stomachache when they are anxious. A lot of people feel stomach pain when they are nervous. When they are nervous, I think many people don't know. I think many people don't know that's the condition of the gut affects the brain. I think many people don't know the condition of the gut affects the brain. I guess most people don't realize how much the intestines influence the brain. Mental states are heavily influenced by the body. Our emotional state is strongly affected by our physical condition. People think emotions determine action, but is that true? But if that's true, then the body condition determine action too. We say emotion drive behavior, but if that's the case, then the body's state also drives the behavior. Next, in my dream, a teacher told me, you'd better score at least 71, soon or I'll hit you. I had a dream where teacher threatened me saying, get over 71 points or I'll beat you. That teacher traumatized me and he appeared in my dream more than 30 times, causing terrible feelings. That teacher became a trauma for me, and he shown up in my dream over 30 times, always leaving me distressed. Yesterday I was desperately thinking about when I could escape. Yesterday I kept thinking frantically about when I could run away. In my imagination, I told the principal about it. In my imagination, I told him, I will tell I'll tell the principal about this. I'll tell principal about it. Laughing it off wouldn't work. In my mind, I said laughing it away won't fix anything. Next, my parent rejecting the idea of sending the letter to the religion. Was it really such a terrible thing? I keep feeling sorry for her. I keep wondering, was sending the letter really that awful? I feel sad for my parent for reacting that way. I think human can't live without holding on to some illusion of ideal. Illusion of ideal. I feel like people need some kind of idealized fantasy just to survive. I feel like people need some kind of idealized fantasy just to survive. But ideals are just concept human concept just concept human created. Ideal is nothing more than a human-made idea. Ideal is nothing more than a human-made idea. Next, since yesterday's incident, she haven't used the heater much, probably because she felt guilty. After what happened yesterday, she barely turned on the heater. Maybe out of guilt. If that's the case, then she shouldn't use the heater too much in general. If that's how she feels, then she shouldn't be using the heater so freely in the first place. She shouldn't be using the heater so freely in the first place. But I understand why it's hard for her to turn it on today. So I didn't say anything. Still, I get why she hesitated to use it today. So I kept quiet. Next is about podcast. On the show, I talked about around 20 events every episode. But before, I used to say part 1, part 2, The program usually covered about 20 topics per episode. I used to divide it into a section like part 1 and part 2. I used to say part 1 and part 2. I'm trying to think of way to keep it interesting, but nothing come to mind. I've been thinking of idea to keep it from getting boring, but I can't come up with anything. I'm wondering what other options exist besides podcast for sharing what happened in a day when I'm shutting. I'm thinking about what else I could use besides podcast to talk about my daily life as a shut-in. I started thinking about maybe a blog would be better. But that worried me. I began wondering if blogging might be better, but that also makes me uneasy. I don't think I can do TikTok, so maybe I should give up. Sometimes I feel like I can concentrate better when I'm thinking about something else. I noticed I sometimes focus more when my mind is partly occupied with another thought. I sometimes focus more when my mind is partly occupied with another thought. It seems that percentage of attention we devote to what's in front of us is already fixed. Apparently, only a certain portion of our focus goes to what's right in front of us. So thinking a little about something else actually help me focus. That's why having a bit of background thought makes it easier for me to concentrate. Next corner is hikimeshi. Yesterday I had toasted chicken. It was spicy, so amazing. And umani, it's Hokkaido local food. Thank you for listening. Please follow this. See you again.